Meals on Wheels serves millions of meals to seniors nationally every week, including hundreds here in New Orleans. But the nonprofit says it's struggling with underfunding, thanks in part to rising costs for food and gas. Josh Protas, Chief Advocacy and Policy Officer, explains the gap.
Josh, I know that we're talking about funding in some ways today. Can you talk a little bit about where Meals on Wheels stands in terms of flat funding, and is it causing a gap?
It is causing a huge gap, and thanks so much for the interest in this topic. So the crises of senior hunger and isolation are rising dramatically in communities across the country. We have millions of older adults who are waiting for the nutritious meals and the moments of connection that they need and deserve because local Meals on Wheels providers don't have enough federal funding to meet growing demand. That demand continues to increase significantly as seniors become the fastest growing segment of our population. Everyday costs remain high, and vital government programs that support older Americans face cuts. So as Congress makes decisions right now about funding levels for the fiscal year ahead, we're asking viewers to reach out to their members of Congress and urge them to prioritize increased funding for Meals on Wheels.
I know Louisiana faces one of the highest rates of food insecurity in the nation, whether that's children or older adults as well. I know 14% of people 60 and older in Louisiana are struggling with hunger. So whose needs are not being met? Who is not being served whenever Meals on Wheels can't be funded fully?
Yeah, so the Older Americans Act Nutrition Program is that's the source of federal funding for the bulk of federal funding for the Meals on Wheels network. And so the Older Americans Act is designed to serve individuals 60 and over who are in the greatest social and economic need. And this funding for the OAA nutrition program enables local providers to deliver nutritious meals, conduct those safety and wellness checks, and offer moments of connection that help seniors to remain healthy and independent. And unfortunately, because of the chronic underfunding of the program, many Meals on Wheels providers are stretched beyond capacity and they're forced to make impossible choices. So when there's not enough funding, sometimes programs are creating or expanding wait lists. And in some cases, local providers have even shut down. Right now, across the country, we have 1 in 3 Meals on Wheels providers that currently maintain a wait list, with many more needing to do so soon. Seniors, on average, are waiting 4 months for the care that they need. So that's really just shocking, and it shouldn't be that way.
And you talk at all about how the recent current events, inflation, the price of pretty much everything increasing. How is that playing into this issue with the chronic underfunding?
Yeah, so the high costs, the affordability crisis that so many Americans are facing certainly impacts older adults, and it impacts programs. So for older adults, the fixed incomes that they have may be able to cover less. So food costs are going up, gas prices are going up, heating and cooling. So that's creating more economic hardship for low-income seniors. And then for the programs that serve low-income seniors, they're feeling the pinch because they're facing higher prices for gas, for delivering meals out to folks, and for the food that they're serving. And when they have inadequate funding to begin with, that spreads even not quite as far, and they're able to serve fewer seniors. We're also hearing from a lot of programs where volunteers are dropping out because of the rising gas prices, that it's becoming too costly for people to pay out of pocket to volunteer, and they want to be able to do that volunteer service. They just can't afford it right now with high gas prices.
Josh, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a great day.